Hello everyone, welcome back to another theatre vlog. Tonight I am going to see Chess the Musical. This will actually be my second time seeing the show. Sam and I saw it on the first preview and now we're going to see it again because we both really wanted to see it again. I really enjoyed it the first time round. I'll talk about it more later on in the video. But because we saw the first preview, I wanted to do another visit and tell you my full thoughts on the show after seeing not a first preview, because it was very exciting the first time we saw the show. A couple of things happened that wouldn't normally happen in a performance, so as I say, I'll talk about that later. And if you watched Sam's vlog from seeing the show, yes, I am wearing the same top again because it's too much of a chess top to not wear it, so I am. I'm really excited. We got rush tickets via Todaytix and they are hopefully going to be really good. I sat in the balcony the last time I saw it and it wasn't a fantastic view. I missed a lot of like the front of the stage. Obviously I was further away, I was higher up, and it was kind of uncomfortable as well. Whereas tonight we're going to be in the dress circle, so I'm really excited. These tickets were meant to be like £105 each. We paid £25 each, so God bless you Todaytix. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to see the show again. I'm really excited. I've never sat in the dress circle of the Coliseum, so that's another new thing. And it's always lovely to go to the theatre with Sam, so I can't wait.
I'm happy that I'm not vlogging because you can just...
Yeah, exactly. It's quite nice, isn't it? We've just made it to the Coliseum. We took a taxi because traffic for buses was not the one.
No.
So we're just queuing up.
It's a royal wedding tomorrow, that's why.
It is, it's very busy.
I don't think that's your...
That's why it's so busy. So now we're just going in. I need to pick up tickets. Very exciting. We just went up to the balcony. I'm out of focus. This is what I hate about the G7x.
Oh my god!
It just doesn't focus you.
There
we go, it's focused now. Have we gone down to the car? We just ran up to the balcony because I needed to get a shot of where I was sat last time. Now we're running.
Rukaya's so cute.
I'm just excited.
I'm happy
It's an amazing view, and I didn't have a great view. Never sat in the lower levels of the Coliseum. I feel swish right now.
I'm happy for
you. Sat in the stalls last time,
yeah,
so
I did.
not so swish for you.
No, but I'm still happy to be experiencing it now with her.
And like,
I love the musical, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited.
We have both watched the preview.
I've explained this. Yeah. I'm really excited. Sam's taking a...
It's weird because I'm not vlogging,
media.
I'm just like so
to
bizarre.
enjoy it. Isn't it nice though sometimes to just not
normal
vlog?
human being that goes to theatre.
I know.
Who's like just there for the lols rather than anything else.
We just go to enjoy it and not fully document it. But no, I'm really excited and I missed a lot from the balcony, so I'm excited to actually see what I missed. Like the first time when the table appeared, I was like,
I remember you were very confused.
Where did that come from?
But to be fair, it wasn't on stage the whole time.
It came up, didn't it? But
yeah.
I couldn't even see where like the bit is there.
I see, so you just saw a thing come up.
I didn't even see it come up. I saw it when it went like back a bit, and then I was like, oh, that's the thing that's happening.
That guy's really cute.
Such a gorgeous theatre.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gorgeous guy. I can't. I'm not gonna. It's in front of us. He's in front of us. But yeah, he has to turn back to see his face. He's obviously with someone.
Anyway, we'll chat to you in the interval. Bye.
Bye.
This is now the interval, and loving it.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I just said to Sam, it is like watching a completely different show from watching it in the balcony to now being in the dress circle.
That makes me really sad.
Same. I was thinking about this a lot through the first act because I was like, it's so bad that they've like like directed most of it basically for the dress, like the stalls in the dress circle.
Because stalls and dresses, like, I don't see any difference, but both are amazing. Like, I'm loving it from the dress. I loved the last time from the stalls.
But I missed so, I mean, I was not even at the very back. I was in like probably the middle of the balcony. I was at F of the balcony, and like the whole platform situation, like once the platform raised up, like I could see what was going on, but I relied on the screens at the side for like majority of the show to see what's going on. So now I'm like, wow, like I get to appreciate the show so much more because I can actually see what's happening. So a pro and a con. Probably should do more to make sure that everyone in the auditorium can like see what's happening. But yeah, this is why I'm so glad that these tickets popped up on Today Ticks. So glad, because I thought we'd end up getting the upper circle, but I checked. I think I got these at what, 11 o'clock?
It wasn't even straight. Like,
yeah, some days the dress circle seats come on a bit later. Today I think I was just quite lucky, but I checked later on in the day as well, and they were offering dress circle seats as well. So
there are quite a few MCs dress circle. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's not packed.
It's Friday, sure.
It's very expensive, so I think if people don't know about these like things that you can get cheaper tickets,
it's
very expensive.
Money, understandably.
But yeah, I am loving it, and there are quite, I feel like it's quite different in general, not even in terms of just my view, but I think a lot of stuff is a bit smoother.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
One thing I whispered to Sam during the show is that Cassidy, in the first preview, she sounded so much like Adina Menzel, who did the Royal Albert Hall
concert version of it in 2009.
And like, that's fine, that's not a bad thing, but she sounds not so much like Adina this time.
Now,
yeah, her accent's definitely a bit more like, I don't know how to describe it, but her accent definitely sounds different even in the speaking bits from the first preview to now. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And also another thing that's changed, I haven't explained this because I've lost all my footage from the last time seeing Chess, but when we first saw the show, Tim Howard's wife went into labour at some point in Act 1, so Kellen Jones took over for the role of Freddie for Act 2. Yeah, he was so good.
It's fun spotting him now that we
in the ensemble, being like, okay. But it's really nice to now know we're going to see him in full, but also Sam loved that he was Rocky.
I loved him last time, I love him this time.
Like, rockier voice. I found
we're talking about Tim now, by the way, not
Tim, I thought he was too rocky, but this time he's like not so rocky,
so
which I like. Yeah, as well, because I'm like, oh, I can understand more of what you're saying.
But I just love his songs, I think, generally as well. He has some of the best songs.
It definitely needs to be a bit rocky, definitely. But
I'm excited to see his second act because we didn't see it last time.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be like very different, I think. So.
And I love Anthem as a song. It's just such a beautiful ending to Act 1. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't even care about the story of Chess, but that song gets me emotional.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really like, the story of this show is just bonkers, really, because there's just not.
It's not like I don't care about it.
Yeah. Especially in this production, it's definitely more of like a spectacle. I don't think they focused as much on like the book. It's more the visuals and the staging. I love the whole like lighting and stage design. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I am obsessed.
Tim Howard's got, is it Howard?
Howard, I'm pretty sure it's
over there.
Howard.
It's literally just over there.
I was like, really? You're spending your interval out here?
It's a poster of him. He's got an intro, like he's in the scenes with Michael Ball.
Yeah.
When they're like doing the chess bit.
Oh god,
I love it. Like, he's just so intense. Like,
Sam whispered at one point, he's like, he needs therapy.
No, but obviously his character
not Tim. I don't know,
his character's a bit out of the play. Like, he's just like, he's a bit unstable, the character of Freddie. So he does need some, maybe like someone to help him out. Like when he's like, woman, no, woman. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah,
like, but I do love the song, so I'm like, actually don't, because I keep singing.
It's a fun song, but yeah. And
Cassie Janssen's amazing. I don't really like her song, but she's just really random, the song, but yeah, it's good. I love someone else's story though.
My hand's just gonna be there.
You're holding a camera in such a bizarre scenario.
It's just my arms
holding it on the lens, guys.
There we go. I somehow trust that. Yeah, I really fancy an ice cream. Do you fancy an ice cream?
We were meant to get that before my tattoo this morning.
Oh yeah, we were.
You just got a tattoo
today because I've heard really good things about the ice cream that they sell.
Have you never had them?
No, because remember I said this last time.
Oh, you said that.
My friend had this ice cream at the comedy about bank robbery and said it was really good. So every time now, so I still owe you a bit of money. So
no, don't worry.
No, I'll get it for you.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that. I need to get some shots of the theatre because we were rushing a little bit. and then go back to our amazing dress circle seats.
Go back there and enjoy. I'm just like
happy,
loving every moment of it today. Like, even though I was in the stores last time, I'm enjoying it more this time because obviously it's
be a bit
better show. Obviously, it's been they've all big, but also
like
being next
first
to someone
preview and like,
last time I saw him, not that there's anything wrong with it, but it was like I was sad to go potentially. No offense.
Anyway, we're gonna go in and get some ice cream now, and we'll probably speak to you after the show. There she is. Do you want to show them your tattoo?
Shall I?
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Especially because you're wearing the jumper.
When are you gonna put? Oh yeah, it's like basically a castle here and a castle here.
Castle, yay!
Shout out to Rukaya for coming to be there.
I wanted to like actually be in the room. Oh my god.
Where it happens, but they wouldn't let her.
Cedric Neal, who plays the Arbiter.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. His voice.
He needs to be
his songs are fantastic.
He needs to be Burr at some point. Because I was thinking, I was like, yes. Or Lafayette Jefferson. But I think because he's got like that comedic
vibe does.
But I
think Burr as well because his voice is fantastic. Like, oh my god, imagine him singing the Theodosia. I'd die there. I'd be on the floor.
Exactly. So I'm just like predicting that.
There you go. You heard it here first. It probably will happen. You're good at these things.
Anyway, let's go get some ice cream. Bye.
Bye.
Got our ice cream! We both got chocolate.
Yeah, of course. What other flavors?
We'll let you know after the show.
It is really
rating. Oh, she's had it. Okay.
I'm sorry, I've had it before at the Royal Opera House. We sell these.
Well,
but they're really good. I mean, I like them. They don't. As far as I remember, I don't think they've got these bits in them. That would have made them better. But they're really
chocolate chunks.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how I think about it after the show.
We'll still rate them. Don't you worry.
Okay. Anyway, it's going to be Act 2 now, so see you afterwards. My chest top. Imagine if it was squares.
Yeah, I know, but they're still great. Circles, I still like circles. Third favourite shape. Because I rate my shapes.
We are just leaving the theatre.
So the last people to leave the Coliseum.
I'm so confused as to where we're going. So we just took some nice photos. Thank you, Sam, for taking those.
Thank you. I love those. Oh Lord, there's a lovely.
This is the right way.
Where are we?
I'm really.
Can you just show them what's there? Can you just show them what's happening? Why did we end up here then? What happened?
We followed the exit signs, but I don't think
that's going to take us on stage, Rukaya.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. How can we not get out? Maybe we need to go this way.
I think we just maybe went a bit too
I think we just almost went on the stage. Cheeky impromptu backstage tour, hey? Imagine if we just strolled onto the stage and like...
That'll be something Keelan and Kelly do, and I feel like I am very much like them.
We are now...
Fantastic show, Lord have.
Oh yeah. Okay, I was gonna intro the clip, but sure. Fantastic show! We were just saying how it was much stronger this time, obviously, because when you see a first preview and then you see a show more into the run, of course it's going to be stronger.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I loved it. Still think the book is a bit of a mess, still think that some of the lyrics are not quite so easy to understand at points, but I loved it. Had a great time.
I just love the music. For me, like, I'm there for the music.
And that orchestra.
Yeah, and
sounds insane.
And obviously the performers are fantastic. I think that's great. Literally every single one. Fantastic.
And it's only in like that very end bit that I realised just how big the ensemble is.
Yeah,
like, it's massive.
It is a huge ensemble.
Huge ensemble. And can we cross the road? No, let's wait. Let's be sensible. From what I hear, you made yourself indispensable. Yeah. I'm probably not going to get the chance to see the show again. Sam is... I mean, I really want to, but I thought it was like mid-June that it was closing, but it's 2nd of June. Right. Who knows if this vlog will even be up before then? Hopefully it will. I'm sure you'll find the time.
I've got like a week and a half, 2 weeks max, and I work most evenings, so... I will make this a priority though. I love it.
Fingers crossed.
Nothing. Yeah. No, nothing.
And So glad to have seen it in the dress circle. It was such a good view, so much better than the balcony. Really, really glad Today Tix had those rush tickets. Not sponsored by Today Tix, I wish I was, but
you should be.
It was so good.
You mentioned them like all the time.
Like every single video.
All you can think is Today Tix.
Razusi! R.I.P. Razusi!
I'm going to put the Today Tix app on your face when I said that.
No. Yeah. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for the music.
This is in the show.
It is.
And I'm a massive ABBA fan.
It confused me the first time I saw it. I was like, what is this? I was like, is this ABBA? And then I was like, that would make sense because.
One last thing. You know ABBA's going on tour again soon.
I think I knew this, but I don't.
But as holograms.
Really?
And that's my exit.
Oh. Hello, darkness, my old friend. She's actually gone. Right. Bye! Why are you going that way? She doesn't need to go that way. That's such a fail of an exit because she literally shouldn't go that way. She's coming back now. I think she is. Yep. Walk of shame because she went the wrong way. It's the wrong way, isn't it?
Going on to as holograms. It's not them. It's just them.
Anyway. I'll see you when I do the chatty section. I'm going to say bye to Sam now and go home because she's a delirious mess.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's been marvellous.
Yes, it has been. Anyway, see you later. Bye, Sam.
Bye, Rukaya.
Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back to the chatty section of the vlog. Quick disclaimer, it's really hot in London right now. I've got all the windows closed, so if I look a bit clammy, it's because I am. Anyway, I went to see Chess recently for the second time. I went technically again with Sam, but on the first time we were sat separately. This time we were sat together, which was great. And I don't know if I fully mentioned it, I probably did, but we got our tickets from Today Tix because they have this rush feature for Chess, the rush tickets. So we got amazing seats for £25 each. They should have been £105 each. Altogether, should have been £210 and we got it for £50. Bargain of the century. At the London Coliseum as well. Oh my goodness. I am thrilled with those rush tickets. Thank you Today Tix. I paid for them, but thank you Today Tix. It's just such a great feature to have, and especially for venues like the Coliseum where it's so expensive, to have that more affordable option is wonderful. Again, I can't remember if I mentioned this in the video, but I lost all of my footage from the first time seeing Chess, which sucks. But I sat in the balcony the first time I saw the show. This time we were in the dress circle and the views were like completely different. I am a bit annoyed, to be honest, because I think when you're putting a show on at somewhere like the Coliseum, you have to take sightlines into consideration. You have to do it with all theatres, I think, because I genuinely thought it was a different show, like watching it from these different perspectives, and that's not fair. It's not fair to almost penalise the people that can't afford the most expensive seats over £100. You need to make sure you're directing the show and producing the show so that, you know, everyone has a fair shot at viewing most of it. Because I didn't realise up in the balcony just how much I was missing until I then went back and saw it from a different area of the theatre. I just think that's really poor form there. I probably could be more eloquent on that, but it's honestly too hot. I can't cope. Anyway, let's chat about the show. So Chess is a show that I've now seen 3 times because I saw a production of this at the Union Theatre a long time ago. I think it was 2012. Sounds right, 2012, so a long time ago. I'll be honest, I can remember a lot of the visuals of that show, but I couldn't remember so much the plot or anything. Obviously, as you can tell from the title, it's about a game of chess, and it's about a chess tournament, and it's between the US and Soviet Russia. So the show is quite political, but it doesn't really explain that very well, and especially considering it's such a long show, it's funny that they managed to to drag it on so much in a way. But don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy Chess. I really, really liked it. And I think especially because of the way they've designed it visually, even though I couldn't see much of it from the balcony, it's just stunning. If you've seen photos of the set, which you obviously will have done from this vlog, it just looks amazing. I think it looks beautiful, and you don't really see it as much. I don't think they've put any trailers out or anything. If they have, I will have put it in the video. But the side panels of the set, they actually use as screens through quite a large amount of the show. And then there are live feeds going on. So when I was in the balcony, it was actually quite nice to be able to see some of the close-ups, some of the details via these screens. But on the negative side of that, it meant that I was spending a lot of the show watching the screens rather than what was actually happening on stage. So pros and cons there. Sometimes they were a bit distracting because you kind of forgot that the action was happening on the stage because you were so fixated on seeing the facial expressions via the screens. Saying that though, I think for the most part the screens were a good idea in terms of being able to see what was happening. That was good. The orchestra at the Coliseum sounded incredible. I think they've got like a 70-piece orchestra. It sounds amazing, and I do love the music of this show. I think it's probably the strongest element of the show, the music, and just how it sounds filling that massive space, and it's so dramatic at points, and yeah, I loved it. Sounded fantastic. And then the cast as well. It's actually a massive cast, like in terms of the ensemble. I've not counted up the exact figures, but it's huge, and it's led by Michael Ball, Tim Hauer, Cassidy Jansen and Alexandra Burke. When it was announced that Chess was happening, I was mainly booking because I wanted to see a big, massive, full production of it, and also because I knew Cassidy Jansen was going to be in it, because I just think she's an incredible actress and she did not disappoint. And it's quite interesting because it feels like from first preview to when we saw it, they all changed quite a lot, but Cassidy in particular. On the first preview, she sounded very much like Idina Menzel, who did the Royal Albert Hall concert production of Chess years ago. And then from then to this show, she now sounds more like herself, but less like Idina. It was fine when she sounded like Idina, but I preferred hearing more of her in there and her rendition of Nobody's Side. It's just incredible. I love it. It wasn't a thing that I thought I needed until I heard it, and I loved it. It was amazing. When the casting came out and I saw that Alexandra Burke was going to be in it, I was very intrigued because she's not someone that I would have put on this show. She plays Svetlana, who doesn't really have a lot to go on, to be honest. It's not like the meatiest character in musical theatre, so I'll give her that. It's quite hard to not really go off much, and she's meant to have this really like emotional story of the fact that Michael Ball's character, Anatoly, has left her. So she has these like big numbers, and you're meant to feel sorry for her, but you don't really feel connected so much to her character because she only pops up for little bits during the show. So it's a weird character. Not in terms of the character necessarily is weird, but just the lack of time that's given to her, the lack of stage time and the lack of time with the audience, because when she's doing her songs and you're meant to feel really sorry for her, you kind of just think, well, I don't really know you. So, I don't know, it's just interesting. I thought Tim Hauer on the first preview, his voice was so like rocky, not as in like shaky, but like rock music style voice, and I didn't love it, to be honest. But I don't know as well if that's because I was in the balcony and it was a bit hard to kind of tell what was going on as much, and also his voice with the lyrics was a bit, this lighting, I'm so sorry. Yeah, his voice with the lyrics, it was really hard to understand what was going on. He really toned that down when we like saw him again. So I much preferred it in the second time around. He still had that rocky edge, and you know, I could get his character more. I don't know, in the first preview he just seemed so angry all the time for not much of a reason, like within his voice. It's so hot right now. I don't know if I'm making much sense. I hope I am. But yeah, I really loved actually seeing him do both acts. That was another plus. And I thought he sounded much better the second time round seeing him, and I really enjoyed his performance. And then Michael Ball. I don't know why. Michael Ball, I'm not a massive fan, to be honest. I'm not a fan, but I'm not like, ooh, Michael Ball. But I thought he was good in this character. I thought at some points, I mean, this is another thing, like his character and Cassidy's character, they get together so quickly. The book of this show is just so odd because everything happens so quickly and it's like you get whiplash from it and you just don't know how to kind of process it, because one minute they're just like working sort of, not together, they're not really, they're on opposing teams, but they're trying to bridge that gap between the teams, and then suddenly they're madly in love. And it's like, you literally just met. It's like in a Disney film or something where they meet and then suddenly they're like, oh, now we're in love, let's get married. So it's just a bit odd, to be honest. But Michael Ball does sound incredible. I don't know too much about the like details of chess and all the versions there's been, but from what I saw from this version, I really enjoyed it. And the book is a bit of a mess, as I've just said. There are some flaws. There are some areas where character development could be increased. For what it is, I really enjoyed it. The whole spectacle of it. Some of the music numbers were just incredible. And I love the use of digital technology on the screens as well. I really enjoyed that. I know some people don't, but I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I think it's one of those shows where you can accept the flaws because, you know, there were more things to enjoy than not. I enjoyed the individual performances, I enjoyed the sound of it all, I enjoyed the visuals, but I'll admit the book is a bit of a hot mess. Much like I am right now. I think that's everything I want to say about chess. There's probably a lot more and I'm just too hot and tired to think about it right now. But I saw it twice. I'm really glad that I managed to see it twice. Really glad that I managed to see it in a much better location for the second time seeing it. Really glad that Sam and I got to see it together, and it's a shame that it was such a limited run because I think they could have gone on for a little bit longer, you know, but that is the nature of productions at the ENO. That can't be helped sometimes. Maybe it'll go on tour, who knows? Genuinely, who knows? I don't. But I think it would do fairly well actually, doing a small tour. Let me know if you've been to see Chess at the Coliseum or if you've seen a different production of it. I'd love to know your thoughts on the show, or if you've just like loved it from afar and you've not been able to see a production. Let me know what you think of the whole like story and everything, because I would love to know your thoughts. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of me in the future. I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!